Have you ever had this huge, important thing to announce, but you've only got like 30 seconds to get it out there? Well, today we're going to tear apart a total masterclass in communication from a place called Multi-Careers College. We're going to see how they took one core message and spun it perfectly for 3 different time slots. Basically, how they went from just a simple fact to a really compelling story. So, really, what's the secret sauce here? How do you say something big and meaningful in just 30 seconds, and then stretch that same idea out to 2 whole minutes without it getting boring or losing its punch? It's all about being super efficient and, a great storyteller. So let's dive in and see exactly how they pulled it off. Okay, so here's our game plan. First, we'll look at the college and its core message. Then we'll break down the 30-second version, the 1-minute version, and the full 2-minute story. And finally, we'll wrap it all up into a communication playbook you can actually use. All right, first up, a college on the move. We've got to start with a core message, right? Before you can craft anything, you need to know what you're actually trying to say. For Multi-Careers College, it was a pretty big deal. So, at the end of the day, this entire campaign boils down to this one simple thing: a change of address. They're moving from a spot described as highly populated and busy to a brand new campus that's all modern and spacious. Seriously, this is the single brick that the whole house is built on. And before you write even a single word of your ad, you have got to have these 4 things locked down: who's involved, what's happening, where is it happening, and most importantly, why. As you're about to see, every single version of their message, no matter how long or short, stands on this exact foundation. Okay, let's get into the first version. This is the 30-second ad. We're talking the absolute bare bones pitch for an audience that has like 0 attention span. 30 seconds. That is it. That's all you've got. This message has to be just incredibly efficient. It's built for someone who's already swiping to the next thing, so every single word has to land perfectly. And just look at what they managed to squeeze in. In half a minute, they tell you they're moving, they tell you why, because the learners are their pride, they list 3 real, tangible benefits of the new place, and boom, they hit you with a direct call to action: enroll now. It's just pure, distilled information, delivered at lightning speed. And it all wraps up with this one super powerful emotional line. See, in a 30-second ad, you don't have time to spin a long yarn, so you have to end with a punchy statement that basically says, here's why you should care. It's short, sweet, and it sticks with you. So what happens when you get a little more breathing room? With a full minute, you can start to move past just what's happening and really get into the why. You can add those crucial layers of context and, the rationale behind it all. Now, this is where things get really clever. They literally take every single point from that 30-second version and just add a layer of why. They aren't just moving, they're escaping a busy street. The new campus doesn't just have good facilities, it has enhanced security. That's aimed right at parents. And the teachers? Oh, they're not just teachers anymore, they're qualified and passionate. Every single new detail is there to build trust. So yeah, the 1-minute version adds these really critical details: the grades they cover, the school's core values, and a really clear reason for the move. You can feel the shift, right? It's not just an announcement anymore. Now they're actively trying to persuade you. They're making their case. Okay, time for the grand finale, the full 2-minute version. This is where we leave the world of just giving information and step into telling a real story. It's all about creating an emotional connection and painting this really vivid picture of what's possible. And the tool they use for this is called narrative framing. It's a fancy term, but the idea is simple. You take all your facts and you weave them together into a story that actually means something. You use language that doesn't just inform people, it makes them feel something about what you're telling them. Just listen to the language they're using now. It's not just a new building, it's a peaceful environment. It's not about bigger classrooms, it's about more room for creativity. They even drop in a super important credibility booster. They're registered with the Department of Education. And maybe most importantly, they state their mission clearly and invite you to become part of a family. This isn't an ad anymore, it's a complete vision. And this final tagline just nails it. It's not about enrolling anymore, it's about starting a journey. The entire message is transformed from a simple heads up into this aspirational invitation. It's gone from, here's what's new, to, don't you want to be a part of our future? So after picking all of that apart, what's the big takeaway? We can actually pull out a really clear step-by-step playbook for how to build a message in layers just like this. And here it is. It's a simple 3-step playbook. Step 1, for those super quick encounters, just get the main fact out there, clear and direct. Step 2, when you have a bit more time, give them the why to build that trust. And step 3, for the people who are really listening, that's when you sell the big vision and create that emotional connection. And, the real genius of this whole approach is that it respects the audience's time and attention. It gets that some people are just going to give you a quick glance, while others actually want the whole story. By layering your message like this, you can talk to everybody, no matter how much time they're willing to give you. So the next time you've got something important to say, think about this playbook. Are you just throwing facts at people, or are you actually building a story? Are you taking your audience on that journey, from a simple fact to a solid reason why, and all the way to a shared vision of the future?